Hi, I'm Gabe Gardner and I'm a junior at Spring Lake High School.
I'm Bowden Owens and I'm a freshman at Grand Haven High School.
I'm Megan Norton and I'm a senior at Spring Lake High School.
I'm Hannah Shaner and I'm a junior at Spring Lake High School.
Future Prepped. Future Prepped is a program that helps teenagers like us to learn leadership skills and learn about the creative process. One way we do that is pair with local businesses like you guys, and when given a driving question, we help solve it.
Our driving question for this session of Future Prepped is how can we make our Family Explorer bags more exciting, engaging, and immersive for the permanent exhibits of this museum?
Our process. So first we evaluated who would be impacted by our Explorer bags. These we call shareholders. One way we did this is by making a stakeholder map. So we looked at our visitors, our community members, our employees, volunteers, everybody who would be impacted, and we looked at each of those perspectives. Next, we researched national parks and other museums, even worldwide, to see if they had anything similar. We found some cool ideas internationally in Europe. Next, we thought through what toys or objects we liked as kids to think of what kids would like now. This is kind of a list if you recognize any of them. This is one of my favorite Zuzu packs. And then we also visited Clark. This is one thing. Obviously, Gabe was super, super happy and thrilled to see that. And our best friend, Jared. And this is a ticket from Lincoln's Theater the night that Lincoln was assassinated. And we also categorized the permanent exhibits, and in this picture you can see we categorized the different exhibits, and then we used the 100 Ideas protocol to come up with about 100 ideas in about a minute and a half, and we took all those different ideas, wrote them down, and then we tried to apply them to different exhibits and saw which one would fit where.
So here we have the specific exhibit categories that we found throughout the museum. First, we have Coast Guard, then modern food or restaurants. After that, we have logging, followed by a little on the Victorian era, and we end with a couple slides about rocks.
For the Coast Guard exhibit upstairs, we thought about a knot tying kit because the Coast Guard is a maritime organization, and a big part is knots for the ropes, and it's just fun to tie them to. And our second idea was a boat maze. Real, she's passing out, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's real, like, you have the little boat go through the fog to back to the harbor.
We also have other documents in here that we'll reference later. You guys can pass them around.
So, on our tour throughout the museum, we discovered that quite a few exhibits in this building are quite steeped in culinary history of some sort. So using that for an inspiration, we created some cards using the eras of the various exhibits around the museum. We floated the idea of having them printed for patrons to take home, or also have them laminated on a ring to have them be a permanent addition to the bag, and both those options could possibly be used. This recipe right here is meant to coincide with the house inspired by the Victorian era. We saw the dining room and the kitchen and thought that food is a great way to express the similarities and differences between the 1890s and now. This recipe refers to the grocery store near the rear entrance of the museum and next to the Victorian house. The notes of cheese really stuck out to us and decided that it should be expressed within a cheesy recipe. Next, we have a specific detail from one exhibit that refers to Fricano's Pizza. We thought that we should include a recipe like this one to help you relive the 1930s while eating a pizza from the period. And lastly, as all of the previous recipes relate to the exhibits on the lower level, we thought that maybe the upper level should get some love also. So we brought inspiration from the soda fountain facade at the end of the Coast Guard Museum, a Coast Guard exhibit, and created this.
So we did find it a bit hard to get something that could be put in the bag from this exhibit. So we ended up asking one of the museum staff, and she suggested something that the museum had previously used earlier, which was a little activity brands are things that, like little stamps that get put on the ends of the logs to identify them. And we thought it'd be fun and would get the kids' energy and creativity flowing if they created their own.
Next, we wanted to connect to the Victorian era house, and we thought that Victorian paper dolls would be a great way to do this. We found a free PDF that we can use, which is definitely a perk, and then these little tabs you can fold to make it into an actual doll.
For the rocks exhibit upstairs, we thought about having the matching game where you would match the picture of the rock to the name. Some of the samples that we thought you should use was the Picasso stone, iron ore, copper, excuse me if I get this wrong, but colasterite, and some more that we chose were Thompsonite, Incanite, and Falspar.
The Legend of the Petoskey Stone. We wanted to incorporate this into the rock exhibit, and we found a book that had 42 pages. It is at a middle school reading level. This is super important because we want it to apply to the little kids and also the adults, and just a middle ground is middle school level, which usually people are able to read. And our perk is that it's $14.24. Another option we have is Under Michigan, the story of Michigan's rocks and fossils. This book is also at a middle school reading level. It is 52 pages and it's $24.95.
CARC, Community Archives Research Center. Including a flyer about CARC would be a wonderful addition. It would help introduce and spread awareness about CARC. The example flyer that we have here includes basic information like its hours of operation and what it stands for, which is over there. It also has a QR code so you can access CARC's archive online from wherever. It also gives you some examples to look up, like the Robinson Savage cake, which when I went to CARC, I thought was really cool. Call me basic, but it was cool.
So we thought it'd be fun to string all the exhibits to this museum together with a fun little scavenger hunt. This is something that would be targeted towards all ages, and we found little things and we found artifacts throughout the entire museum that could be easy to find or hard to find, so all ages could have fun with it.
Word search. Another thing and activity we wanted to add for kids. So we took some different terms from all over the exhibit, all over the museum, from different exhibits, and this is just a way that we can tie those in. Our budget. So these are the two options of books that we have. So because they're options and would be both, it would be one or the other. And we also have our word search, our scavenger hunt, our brand making paper, and our rock flashcards. This would be anywhere from $1.40 to about $10, depending on what type of paper or if you wanted it laminated or not. And then printer ink and markers. Victorian doll is also free, as I said earlier.
Custom stickers. Who doesn't love a good sticker, right? Also, imagine little Jimmy goes to the museum one weekend. He goes to school next Monday. Oh my gosh, Jimmy, what do you have on your water bottle? It's a sticker. Where can I get one? I want to go to the museum. It's a win-win for everyone. You guys get more visitors and people get stickers. Please don't be scared of the price. We did not take into consideration the divided by 4 rule because there are 4 bags. Custom pencils are in the same situation as the stickers as well. Who doesn't love something that says Tri-Cities Historical Museum on it? And then we have the knot time kits and recipe cards as mentioned previously.
Thank you for your time and attention. Would you have any questions?